Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Chris coming to you today to talk about the parent's role in the example that they set when they're driving in front of their children or other teenagers. And so I've worked and given presentations with a nonprofit called enddd.org, which is enddistracteddriving.org. And so it's definitely a big, issue that we have, but we give those presentations to elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools. And one of the questions that we ask quite often is how many of you have seen, certain distracted driving behaviors from your parents or witnessed that example? And almost all the hands go up. And then we'll ask for the parents in the room, teachers, parents, is how many of you have actually driven distracted? And then their hands, generally most of their hands will go up as well. And so it's about teaching then not only the parents to set the example, but also then to the kiddos to kind of ways in which they can advocate and kind of ask that, those distractions don't happen. And in the comment, in the notes here, I've also attached a video, which is from ndd.org on parents be the driver that you want your teen to be. And then in there too, Joel Feldman, who's the founder of ndd.org, states that 90% of parent drivers said that they've engaged in at least one of 10 distractions while their child was a passenger and their vehicle is moving. So it's not even just sitting still. And then so teens who grow up in a household where mom and dad drive distracted are 2 to 4 times more likely to also drive distracted. And so if it's something that you want to have stop, where you want to be able to help your teenagers learn to become really good drivers and not distracted drivers, then you've got to set that example. And so parents be a good role model for your children and kind of set that tone. And so that's today's tip and just thought is, as parents, we've got to do our part to make sure then that we're setting a good tone and example for our children, which means things like not, eating in the car or, doing our makeup or changing radio stations and reaching down or, definitely talking on the phone, texting on the phone, looking at Facebook, checking text messages, things like that. So you want to make sure that you're doing a good job there. And so that's kind of the thought for today. So definitely parents out there, be a good example and set the tone for your teenagers, because it's easier then to say, do as I do, instead of do as I say and not as I do. So hopefully everybody's having a good weekend, and we will talk to you all later.